Hey everybody, it's Murphy Gray Hunter, and I wanted to show y'all my tumbler. I picked this up. Well, I had one of these last year that I had bought at the Spirit Halloween store, and I swear I only had it. Maybe a week, and my daughter Jordan, I swear she lost it because I collect a lot of these type of tumblers and cups and things, and I'm really good about washing them out, putting them back up. I have a certain spot that I keep them in, and anyway, long story short, I never saw it. She said she swears she didn't have it, and so I'm like, well, where did it go? Anyway, during Christmas time, I saw them at Spencer's. They have a bunch of tumblers in there, and they had this one, but I didn't buy it at the time because I was on a budget trying to make sure that I bought some for everybody. And but anyway, I went back to the Spirit store this past week, and I wanted to buy some Ouija stuff, and I bought a Ouija board throw blanket. So super cute and really soft and warm, and it's like this. It's the whole design of the board. That's what the whole blanket is. And then I bought a tablecloth cover in the same design like this of the whole board. And I'm going to use a tablecloth cover whenever we have our coven meetings. That's going to be fantastic. And then I bought me this tumbler because I wanted it back so bad. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. But this video is, I'm going to do a book review. Now, the book review that I'm doing is on this book. I think you guys have seen it plenty of times on YouTube and on people's Facebook. They've been showing this book. This is Witchcraft, a Handbook of Magic Spells and Potions by Anastasia Graywolf. I bought this for myself as a birthday present in August. We had an early lunch at the Cheesecake Factory, and then I walked next door to Barnes & Noble, and they had one copy. And I paid $16.99 for it. Okay. Now, okay. So, I'm having really mixed feelings about this book. Okay, so number one, I really love the design of the book. It's a really dark, I want to say that it's a really dark green. That's what it looks like to me. Really, really, really dark green with gold. And the only thing that's pop up here is the word witchcraft. Everything else is just, you know, smooth. But I love the cover. Okay. I love the appearance of the book. I love that the inside is purple. And not only that, but the whole book is done in purple ink. All of the drawings and all of the words, like the wording, it's all in purple ink. This color purple ink. See? It's all in purple ink. Okay, so the reason why, okay, well, let me just talk a little bit about the table of contents here. It has how many pages? $240 pages. Well, actually, those go for the sources. Let's just say 240 pages. And it covers a lot of different things. It has an introduction of the book, you know, which is how to use witchcraft, make in a circle, instruments of witchcraft, safekeeping spells, healing spells and potions, spells against enemies, counter spells, luck and fortune spells, love and matchmaking spells, weather and earth spells, spells to cast on animals, power spells, communicating with the dead, list of symbols and omens, conjuring by day, and sources and index. So, here's my thing with this book. This book has a lot of spells like It has like some gypsy spells in here. It has some Cherokee, or it has some Native American spells. Some will say like Cherokee, some will say powwow. And some has some, there's some ancient, where is it? So I'll know what I'm talking about. American magician spells, let's just say that. And I thought there was one in here that said ancient something. I could be wrong. Ancient Hindu. I'm sorry. Ancient Hindu. European magic charms. So it's a good mixture of Native American, gypsy, necromancer spells. Is that how you say it? Necromancer? So, necromancy? It sounds retarded coming out of my mouth. I shouldn't say retarded. It doesn't sound right. I was going to say, like, it sounds strange, but hey, I'm strange. Then I was going to say, sounds weird, but hey, I'm weird too. So, it doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth. Probably because I'm mispronouncing it. Anyway, so, yeah, and there's a Tuscan witch one. Okay, so, you know, they have the spells here, and they'll have, like, what the spell is, and where the spell comes from, if it's, you know, Native American, Gypsy, or whatever. And then the spell itself. Some of these spells are pretty good. And some of these spells, to me, seem very comical. Okay, like, you know those books that you see, like, turn your ex-boyfriend into a toad? But you know what those little books I'm talking about? Those little spell books, that you see at the bookstore, you know, they're mostly, like, done, like, for love, you know, love spells or whatever. And they're just really, comical to me. They're really, like made up books. My hair's a hot mess, sorry. It's like made up books. It's not like something that you can really take serious, you know? Like when you buy a book, I don't have one. Okay, like for example, this book here. This one is Papa Jim's spell book. Okay. This is the one that I got from Papa Jim's Botanica. And remember, I told you guys to look on that website because, you know, he's got a lot of great books. And I bought this one for $12.95. And even though I was complaining about it being $12.95 because it was just like something they just kind of bound up together, but it's worth every bit. These spells here that are in here, or they tell you literally step 1 through whatever. And let me just show you, like, let's find one. There's one on voodoo dolls. Let's just say here. This one is using a voodoo doll. To find a lover. It gives you instructions. It tells you what to say. Items needed. And I like that. And some of these have like steps 1 through 3 or 1 through 4, 1 through 10, 1 through whatever. They have different recipes for herbal baths. And these spells to me seem more realistic to me. Spells that I can... spells that I will use, you know, versus some of the spells that are in here. Some of these spells in here seem too made up to me. Like, I know that's what a spell is. It's something that you make up. But it just seems so childish, so, like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it'd be something that I would use. Or, you know, some of these, like, you know, one of them called for tying catch a toad and tie a note around its leg and blah, blah, blah. Oh, man. I want to do that. You know what I mean? I like spells that are really, I think that's just why I like hoodoo a lot, because, you know, I like working with root work and I love candle magic and all that. I've never been interested in those type of Wiccan books that tell you have to do a spell on a certain day, a certain time, a certain moon, use a certain color, you know, like, I've never really been one of those type of witches, and I think a lot of that may be a lot more Wiccan, which I'm not. Not that anything is wrong with it, it's just it doesn't work for me. So, okay, I'm sorry, I was reading something. But But like I said, some of these are really good, and some of these are really comical for me. So what I will do with some of these spells is kind of like what I do with other spells that I find that I really like. I may tweak it up a little bit. Some spells I find I don't need tweaking at all. But some of these in here are really, it's a really great base foundation for spells. And then you can just add your own stuff, you know. I do spell work like I do cooking, you know. I've always told you guys that when somebody gives you a basic recipe for, you know, a meatloaf, even though I don't eat meat. But what I'm saying, for example, somebody gives you a basic recipe to make a cake, right? You have a basic foundation on how to make a great chocolate cake. Well, then you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to add chocolate chips, and I think I'm going to add, you know, marshmallows, or I think I'm going to add pecans, or whatever it is. You make that chocolate cake your own. And I think spell work is a lot like that. I mean, just for me, this may not work for anybody else, but it does work for me. And so some of these spells that are in here, I think that's what I will do. I will just kind of look at some of these and then use it as a great foundation to make it my own. I know a lot of witches aren't down for that, but I'm down for that, and that's what works for me. And at the very end of the day, that's what it is. It's what works best for me. Not that I'm telling anybody that their way is wrong and my way is right, or my way is wrong and their way is right. It's not about that. It's really just about finding what's comfortable in your magical path and making it work for you, because that's what it's all about. It's not about you know, what works for the YouTube world or social media world. It's about what works best for you. So anyway, is this a good book to go and buy? Not at full price, in my opinion. Not at full price. Could you learn witchcraft from this book? In my opinion, it would still be, I shouldn't say can you learn witchcraft. It has one book on, I mean, 1 or 2 paragraphs about witchcraft. You need more than that. You guys know that. How to use witchcraft. This is like how to use witchcraft, right? That's all it gives you. Well, it gives you that page and this page. You need more than that. But I wish that I wouldn't have spent, you know, I wouldn't have paid full price for this book. Only because it's something that, not that this book is not worth it. It's not, it's that this book is not worth that much for me. You know, because a lot of this stuff that I would not use. But I appreciate all the hard work that went into this book. I appreciate all the hard work that Anastasia Gray Wolf did. I appreciate all the work that she did in here. I love the illustrations in the book that Melissa West did. I love that they use purple ink. I love that all the pictures are really simple. And what I really do like about this book is they kept this book all about information. You know, like they kept the pictures to a minimum, and they really just gave a bunch of information. So, like I said, for me, it wasn't worth buying it at full price. But I did buy it because I wanted it, and I'm not sorry that I bought it. It's just that I wish that it was a little more useful for me in my practice. But like I said, I'm still going through this book, so you know, I could be talking up my ass right now. But from what I saw so far, from what I read so far, a lot of these are okay, you know, like I said, great foundation for to make a spell work for me. And I think that's what any spell book really is about. Even like the one that I just showed you, there may be something in there that I want to change out. You know, a lot of people don't like to use sage because they're allergic to sage. So instead of using sage in a protection spell, they'll use frankincense and myrrh, you know, or whatever, you know. Some people may, you know, it's just whatever works for them. So like I said, if you're going to buy this book, I would really suggest looking at a few more reviews, not just mine, to see what everybody else thinks about this book. I've heard nothing but great reviews on this book. But like I said, it just doesn't, it doesn't work for me. But it doesn't take away that it's a great book. It just doesn't work for me. Some of the things don't. But it does have a lot of information. Each page has a lot of information. And, you know, so, okay, let me find one so that way y'all can just read. Ooh, I got an itch on my leg. Okay, like this one, for flying. Y'all see that? For flying. Look at that. So see what I'm saying is that how could I use that? You know, like, you know, is this a, I was thinking that I was going to pick up this book and it was going to be a complete spell book and it was going to be full of spells like this one. This one is full of spells, like the whole book. The whole book is covered in spells that I can use. You know, but like I said, it is a great addition for your library. And look how beautiful the cover is. Let's see, the sun is hitting it. I'm definitely going to stand this book up on my shelf. On my bookshelves, I have like certain books that I like to showcase. And this is going to be one that I'm definitely going to showcase because it is a beautiful book. It is a quite beautiful book. And like I said, when you open it up, it slapped me in the face. When you open it up and you see that it's all purple, I'm like, ooh, look how beautiful is that? So anyway, guys, like I said, before you go out and run out and buy this book, make sure you check out other reviews. Especially other witches that you connect with. You know, if there's a witch on YouTube that you connect with, definitely check and see if they have purchased this book and what they feel about this book. For me, like I said, it is a great addition to your library. I would not pay full price for it. There are some spells in here that are fantastic, but I find that a lot of these spells need some tweaking up, just for me. And a lot of the spells are just a little too comical for me, you know, but like I said, it takes nothing away from the book. That's just my opinion. So, alright guys, as always, love you all and blessed be. Bye!